prettiest place that we've ever seen in the Bahamas. The dinghy's stuck.
Only way out is through this treacherous rocky channel full of breakers. And we're gonna ease up there and I guess see if we can find a gap. You ever just want to quit your job, buy a boat, sail around the world?
Well, what if we told you that was possible?
I'm Raph.
And I'm Sasha.
With more willpower than money and a dream to become pirates,
We bought a sinking sailboat and spent the next 9 months transforming it.
into one of the sexiest boats on the 7 seas.
There is nothing that can get in the way of us sailing around the world.
So grab your popcorn, hit subscribe, and be prepared for one hell of a story.
The story of our lives.
This is the journey of Spirit Animal.
A few days back, while we were sailing down the coast, we spotted what looked like some caves mixed in with the cliffs. However, we were about 3 miles offshore, and they're not marked on any maps, so we weren't sure if we could even access them by land or sea.
Which actually piqued our interest even more. We love going places where few people have ever been, and where few people have been, treasures may lie.
Over the last few days, we've had Ruff's parents and aunt and uncle staying with us, getting to experience this off-grid remote lifestyle and living off the sea. And now that the freezer's filled up with protein, it's time for an adventure.
Today we were setting out on an expedition, and little did we know that this journey was gonna live with us forever.
It's a hot one. We are currently hiking in Long Island down the waterside. We still have Buster, Caroline, Sam, and Stephanie with us, Ruff's family. We're gonna keep going. Yeah, it's a little sketchy crossing these rocks.
We kept trekking in the direction of the caves, not knowing whether they were accessible or even if they existed. However, we were excited to see the absence of human footprints, although they'd be covered by the thousands of goat pellets that lined the entire coast.
Look what Raph found. Bohemian salt. It's a lot. Goat probably peed in that pool. It tasted really nasty.
Once we came over the top of the hill, we saw some movement up ahead, so we threw the drone up to get a closer look. And sure enough, about a quarter mile in front of us was a healthy herd of wild goats. These guys have been thriving and surviving here since Christopher Columbus brought them over in the late 1400s on his second journey to the New World, surviving all the pirates and European settlers along the way. And I'm slightly envious that they call this place their home. Another thing the drone showed us was that we had a very long and treacherous hike ahead of us, but we were blinded by the urge to keep going.
We ended up catching up to one of the goats who didn't seem to mind our company. And honestly, we couldn't blame him because he had an incredible view. After a few hours of hiking, all of us were on the verge of turning around. These rocks were sharp, and all the cliffs were practically overhangs, so even if we found the caves, we had no idea how we were going to get down. So this is when we decided to throw the drone up a second time to see if we could even lay eyes on them. And once we got a bird's eye view, our morale was low. We looked like a colony of ants compared to the distance we had to go to get to those caves. Not only was it a very hot day, but none of us had remembered to bring any water. Okay, I take that back. We actually brought half a bottle of water, but it was sitting back at the dinghy boiling in the sun. However, we were already 2 hours into the hike and Ruff wasn't gonna let us turn around just yet.
We were literally walking over the top of these things and could not find a way to get down or get inside. And I knew that everyone hiked past the comfort of their hey dudes, and they were all getting ready to turn around. So I made my move.
Ruff was gone. He disappeared. And after a while, we started to get a little nervous because this is a very easy place to get hurt and we're a long way from help. Raph! Now, where'd he go? So we're hiking right now and Raph came out of nowhere and was on the ledges. Raph! No, he's down there on the... We finally found him. And he happened to be in the place that we've been trying to get to this entire time. And as we walked towards him, we started to wonder if we were going to be able to scale the rocks like he did. Is Raph there? Oh, my butt. And where did he go? Raph! You're going too fast! Oh, wait, do that again! Raph, where are you? You just climbed down in there, no biggie. Here. Wanna take this?
This is dead.
Oh no.
I know, we gotta come back here. Unfortunately, after coming all this way, the metal detector had died, so we were gonna have to come back if we wanted to scan the caves. But we were still anxious to go have a look around. As we climbed down through the hole in the rock, it was clear we found the goat lair, because it smelled like goat ass, and there were skeletons on the ground. But it was still clear why they liked this place. We scaled the sharp rocks to get down to the beach and then had one sketchy stretch of coastline to make it past until we made it to the spot, which was very slippery, and if you timed it wrong, you might get pinned by a wave.
Oh boy.
But the risk was definitely worth the reward. We had just stumbled across a magical place, something incomprehensible outside of a dream, and we had it all to ourselves.
This is just probably the prettiest place that we've ever seen in the Bahamas.
It's beautiful. And not gonna lie, there's no way to get to it easily. It's really hard to get to, so I assume we're probably one of 100 people that have been here in the last 300 years.
And of course, that's when the questions start to flow. Who's been here? Who's lived here? How was this place even formed? And how much longer will this roof stay up? Instantly, our minds traveled back in time, from the indigenous people that used to live here to the pirates and settlers that invaded them. Throughout history, what was the role that this cave played?
I'm gonna grab my phone.
All right, guys, look on the ground. Look on the ground. There's no feet print anywhere, okay? We are the first ones to step in here.
In a long time.
Let's go on back.
Back there.
Can you see anything back there?
There's no animals back here either. It's just straight.
Look over here. What is that thing?
Oh, is it a skeleton? I don't know, I'm kind of scared.
It looked like a big crab.
That's something.
Just a rock? Okay, let's go.
These caves were way too cool not to come back with the metal detector. So we are definitely going to be making another trip in the near future. But for now, we are going to enjoy the natural spa and give our feet a rest before the long hike home. There were dozens of natural jacuzzis covering the entire ledge, and they were the perfect depth and temperature to soak our sore feet in. And of course, with front row seats to this epic ocean view. You guys found a cozy spot with a beautiful view. Oh! Woo. This is like our own little infinity pool. We've been coming here for 3 years now, and this is the coolest thing I think I've ever seen in the Bahamas. This is gonna become our single spot. Is this the coolest place you think you've ever been in the Bahamas?
Oh yeah, it's sick. It's like a different kind of cool. After enjoying this slice of paradise for about an hour, it was time to make the treacherous 3-mile hike back.
We were exhausted, and we hadn't had any fresh water in over 6 hours.
finally made it back to the dinghy, and of course, another curveball.
Oh no. Oh man.
The tide had gone down, and our dinghy and the anchor were completely high and dry.
Oh, it's a full moon. The tides are extra.
But on a good note, there was half a cup of water that had been sitting in the sun all day with a lime in it, which was just enough for everyone to wet their dusty tongues.
Y'all got a plan?
Plan for what?
I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
We get to heave-ho this across these rocks.
Right.
If this was just Sasha and I, we'd be making camp until the tide rose. But luckily we had 6 tired people, which was just enough to carry the dinghy.
Right.
Amateur move. I'll take credit for that. But now we can't go out this way because that's all sandbar. And our only way out is through this treacherous, rocky channel full of breakers. And we're gonna ease up there and I guess see if we can find a gap, but if not, then we'll have to carry it across the sandbar.
We would have had to carry the dinghy at least half a mile across the sandbank, which would have been nearly impossible. So Ruff and I decided to roll the dice and navigate the channel while the rest of the family took the long route.
A lot of rocks here. Dumb ways to die.
Yeah, very much dumb ways.
Here we go, boys. Right into the swell. It's gonna get gnarly for sure. Here we go. Yep. It was quite obvious right out of the gate that this could be very dangerous. If we didn't time up these big swells that were coming through perfectly, we could easily capsize or get pinned up against the rocks. And in a tight channel like this, with the waves that close, it'd be very hard to turn around. On top of that, the white water is making it very difficult to see the rocks that are lying just below the surface. Because if we stall, we're in those rocks. First round, and then we had to take the second cut to get back in. Luckily this was a wider cut and the waves were spread further apart, which means we floored it in between 2 of the waves and surfed it all the way through. Until finally we made it back to the boat. Yeehaw!
Ruff grabbed some ice waters before going to pick up the rest of the crew, who looked dead tired. All that was needed was a mirage glimmering across the sand to set the scene.
There they are, walking across the flat. That was a treacherous walk and a treacherous boat ride. Look at them, they look like they're dead. Ice water. They sucked down the water like a herd of camels, then we headed back to the boat to round up some food.
We dove in and found some conch right underneath the boat, which was perfect to make some conch salad. And then the boys headed to the beach to go smoke some mackerel.
We are smoking some mackerel today. We've had it in a brine. It's a 50-50 solution of brown sugar and soy sauce. And we found a nice spot in this rock where it kind of dips in the back. Over the last couple hours, we built up a ton of coals. It's sitting in there. Honestly, it shouldn't even be on fire. It should just be smoking. But we've got the mackerel sitting under here. A ton of smoke. We're gonna leave it there for about 3 hours, maybe 4. Come back and it will be smoke cured and delicious.
While we were waiting for the fish, we watched the sunset, which was a reflection of the amazing day we just had.
Then we went back to check on the fish. All right, see what we did here. They're done, taking them back to the boat.
Tonight was Ruff's family's last night on board. We spent it reminiscing of the week we had over a beautiful meal.
We used the smoked mackerel as snacks in the fridge and made some fish dip and grilled some mahi for dinner. The next morning, the family had to leave, and Sasha and I were definitely in need of a day of recovery. So we moved the boat, and later that night, tried our hand at some squid fishing. I am about to put Sasha on a fat squid. Check this out. All right, you want to catch a squid?
Yeah, I want to catch a squid. I want to catch that fatty that you saw.
You ain't gonna catch shit if you keep yelling.
Sorry.
Golly, man. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to be quiet.
Yes. Good job.
Number one.
He's right there.
Sasha.
Too soon. You gotta let him grab it.
He did.
You gotta let him grab it more. He just barely touched it.
Oh, I thought he grabbed it. I felt him grab it.
Sasha choked. My turn. Here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for this fish down there. Fish on. Fighting like a jack though. Uh-oh. We'll see.
Darn.
Actually, he's not.
The small mine. No. What is
Ooh, mangrove.
that? For real?
Holy hell yeah. That's fucking prime
random.
time. Heads up, I'm gonna swing it. That is money, dude.
A big one.
Ooh. Hell yeah. That's a mangrove snapper.
It's a light one.
Gray snapper. That is prime time fish.
Good
That
job.
is a good tasting fish right there. That's money.
Yum.
Hell yeah.
Good size too.
Yeah, perfect. That's a beautiful fish.
Surprised he's out here. Don't they usually
Look at
hang out on
that.
the reefs?
That's a fat boy, dude.
You grabbed that.
Gotta be careful because they snap so quick. Look at the teeth on this bad boy. And when they chomp so quick. They do damage when they get you. Alright, that's dinner. Sasha has tried to catch the squid over and over again. First time, she set the hook too hard and early. Second time, she got too scared to set the hook. Third time, the squid's too smart. But now, there's 2 squids.
So I have a chance.
Go get him, tiger.
Shoot!
He's stuck. He's stuck. Grab him, Sasha. Grab him, Sasha.
I'm gonna fall.
Don't fall. Don't fall.
Shoot!
Oh my gosh.
It's a massacre!
Look at this.
Darn it, he got stuck in the railings.
Sasha, these
Oh
squids
my
are too
God,
good for you.
look at this. Darn it. Oh, 3 for 3. Squid got me.
One
Try
day
again.
you'll be smarter than a squid.
Yeah.
Now she let all the squids know our trick. They know the lure, and they're not gonna bite now. But at least we got a snapper. What we doing, Sasha?
We going treasure hunting.
We were finally taking the metal detectors back to the epic cave we found, and this time we were going by ocean. But sometimes you pay the price for taking a shortcut.